but we know that the last 4 weeks has seen at least 5 different robberies, all with a common feature: armed men on motorbikes, amongst others, and robbing people, stealing from persons who had withdrawn monies from banks. So the latest incident happened yesterday at the Central Region, and the Association of Bankers say they are worried and have set up efforts to have its customers opt for online transactions rather than those involving cash. So I've told you about the incident yesterday at Cape Coast. We reported it here on the polls as well. But let's take a look at these incidents again. We've seen them in the capital. There's more in this News Desk report.
We heard a gunshot. So one of our boys rushed to the scene, and it was if he ventured, they would kill him. So everybody was astonished. Then they all went away. When we were in 2 badges, 2 motos, 2 motor cabs.
An eyewitness recounting the Cape Coast robbery. The police is asking for assistance to track the robbers who carried out the operation on motorbikes. The 73-year-old man who was attacked is said to have withdrawn an unspecified amount of money and was trailed by the robbers. This approach is similar to a robbery at Wager last month. A woman who had withdrawn money from an ATM was accosted and robbed.
I was at my shop and I heard a gunshot. I just came out from my shop and I saw 4 men on bike with a gun, 2 guns.
It was something, an action where people couldn't come out. It was so scary. Yes, they were firing as they were moving.
On September 20, at Achimota, along the Accra-Amasamang highway, 4 armed robbers executed a similarly well-planned and coordinated heist where they followed a woman from a bank at Abeka where she had withdrawn an amount of money. 3 motorbikes surrounded the woman's vehicle whilst waiting for the traffic light to turn green. One went straight to force open the driver's door and pointed the gun at the woman. She handed over 3 bags containing money to the robbers without hesitation. The robbers quickly jumped behind the waiting motorbikes and sped off, leaving the woman traumatized in traffic. 2 other incidents happened at Kwashiman at Apenkwa, where monies withdrawn from banks were robbed by armed men on motorcycles.
So that's the News Desk report. Well, the Ghana Association of Bankers says it has stepped up efforts to ensure that its customers opt for cashless transactions. We can hear from John Ewa, is the Chief Executive Officer for the Bankers Association.
It is a matter that really concerns us as banks, and also to the extent that our customers are affected, it also worries us that customers use infrastructure or branches to withdraw cash, and either on their way or at their locations, they are attacked by robbers and through all kinds of means.
Are there any steps that you are undertaking?
On your own device, you can do it. So we have increased our educational drive to educate our customers about these huge sums of money that are always being withdrawn from the banking system, ostensibly to pay for services that they can undertake at their locations without having to walk into the branch in the first place. It is impossible for the banks to be providing escort for these services. So we ask for customers to be extra cautious. If you are withdrawing funds that are in excess of a certain quantum, I believe it will be advisable not to come alone to the banking hall.
Let me bring in at this point a security analyst, Dr. Ishmael Norman. We're grateful for your time here on the Pulse today. So for the past 5 weeks or so, a similar style in terms of robberies. We can talk about the Apenkwa incident, Kwashiman. We've had cases also in Cape Coast, in Anglon, in Afiadenigba. A number of them, in one instance, in Kwashiman, for instance, one person, one bystander was shot. There's a development also today in the Ashanti region, though not in the same style. A security officer on duty, we are told, has been killed in the process. The investigations are still underway. But studying the trend, the number of incidents that have recounted in terms of the broad daylight robberies, what do you reckon really is happening?
Well, thank you for the opportunity. Armed robbery is a crime of opportunity. And are we ready?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Armed robbery is a crime of opportunity and it's situational control. So the armed robbers look at the activities around them. They are paying close attention to to the people who come to the banks and the people who leave the banks. The way they walk to go in, what they are carrying.
Unfortunately, we've just lost Dr. Ishmael Norman, technology, but we'll raise Dr. Ishmael Norman back to study the trend. He's been studying it. We've recorded incidents at Apenkwa. We've seen the incident at Kwashiman, Malam, Wejagbawe. Also, a similar style was a broad daylight robbery. All of them going to the bank, withdrawing money, and they were attacked. Men on motorbikes. The same one in Cape Coast. We're told in Anglon, Afiadenyigba, so far 10 persons, 10 robbers, we are told, have been picked up by police. They've been updating us on that. This is the situation, and there are concerns that have been raised about these incidents that have happened over the past 4 weeks alone. Police have told us that they are stepping up effort to deal with these officers or these robbers. But thankfully, Dr. Ishmael Norman has joined us back on the phone. We're grateful once again. Sorry, we lost you there on the phone, Dr. Norman. So you're giving us you're giving us what you've studied in terms of the trends.
All right. Like I was saying, armed robberies are crimes of opportunity and situational, assessment. I think that the way people go to the bank when they have nothing in their hands, when they are leaving the banks, they have box of, bags carrying down out of the bank. All of these are very simple things for an armed robber who is cross-marking customers to actually see that, the person has gone for money, let's chase them. The banking halls, and I'm very happy the Ghana Association of Bankers step up efforts for customers to be more protected. The banking halls are just too open. There's no privacy for any kind of deal. So even if a person poses as if he's, going to cash money or withdraw Western Union money, and he's sitting there watching activities, they can easily send text messages to their friends outside. The guy in blue shirt, white, whatever, is carrying lots of money. Please go after him. So they need to do a lot more, because all of this starts from what happens inside the bank. And they need to reconfigure the design and control of the banking situation within the halls. Some of these banking halls are not fit for banking operations. They are Storefront operations. Let me put that aside. A lot of the people who get robbed, they resist too much. When somebody puts a gun to your head, don't turn it into a murder. It's an armed robbery. It's just your money that they are taking, not your life. If you can, give it to the person and be safe. Because there is no sense in dying over 5,000, 10,000, 40, 50, 100, there is no sense. So if you can give up the money, give up the money. And the armed robbers, please, don't turn a simple armed robbery event into a murder case, because that's not your intention. Your intention is not to go out there and kill people. Your intention is go and steal money. So steal the money and stop the killing, because it's just horrible. It doesn't make you a good criminal. It just simply makes you a very bad criminal. Secondly, the police is doing the best that they can, but they cannot know exactly where the armed robbery situation is going to happen. So the response rate, the police needs to improve the response rate. I do not know the national response rate to crime. If it is 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 1 hour, they should reduce it to 5 minutes or less. And if they can do that, and I'm speaking directly to ACP Koshofori, they have to come out to develop, to tell us what is the police response rate to these kind of events, so that when we report the event, they can respond, because they cannot get, the armed robbers cannot get that far. There's always eyewitnesses around. So because the police response rate is poor, that is why these boys have taken advantage of the poor response rate, the weak response rate, and doing what they are doing. So there are a lot of issues that need to be studied, that need to be discussed, not in public, but with the police administration, and develop strategies, because it can be controlled. But getting to Christmas, if something is not done, the bravado talking of the police is just horrible. I am pleading with the armed robbers, stop killing people. I am going on my knees to plead on behalf of Ghanaians. Don't kill anybody. Just take the money that you went after. I am not that proud to say, I beg you to stop it. Take the money and go away. Don't kill anybody. But the police needs to reduce, to enhance this response rate. It needs to enhance its informers. The bankers need to reconfigure the banking halls because most of them are like shops. They are not really fit for banking.
Okay. Well, but so you have an appeal to the robbers. We've talked about what the police should do in terms of their response rates and all, and the banks as well. But really, as customers of these banks, and then also as Ghanaians in general, going into the festivities, you've talked about how the rates are going to go up. How really should we be taking our own security into our hands? What should we be looking out for? For instance, if you're going into the banking hall and you're going out, what exactly should you be looking out for in terms of taking your personal security into your own hands?
A lot of us, Emefa, when we get a little bit of money in our hands, we become pompous. We develop feathers and we lift ourselves so big. You know, we assume different characteristics, the way we walk and all of that. Don't let people know you have money because it's your money. Nobody cares about it. Because when you...
Well, that's Dr. Ishmael Norman, at least the point well made. You need to take your own personal security into your own hands. You don't need to flaunt the money that you have. Don't let people know the amount of money you have. Otherwise, you're open to such robberies. But we're still contacting the police on this latest incident in the Ashanti region. We're told that more information is being being sent to the office, to the headquarters, as and when they get the full details, they would let us have it. You're still watching The Pulse here on the JoyNews channel. We'll take a quick break. When we return, I'll take you around the country with the ongoing municipal and district assembly elections across the country.